started playing rugby in 2016. It was after my senior football season. One of my football teammates, his dad was from South Africa and was starting a youth club, the Las Vegas Blackhawks. And they kept bugging me for about a month to come out and play because I was a starter on the football team. I kept telling them no because I'd already committed to Adams State University to play football, and I didn't want to get hurt and all that. And bugged me for about a month, like continuously in class, after class, everything, to just come out and do it to stay fit. And ended up going out and trying it, and found out I could be an athlete because I was able to, like I said, be the athlete I wanted to be. So in football, I was an offensive lineman and a defensive lineman. So I played guard, tackle, nose guard, and defensive end. And I always wanted to be like a running back or being able to touch the ball somehow, whether it's a tight end or running back, fullback, anything. But I was always told I was too tall, and I was just one of the stronger guys on the team, so we needed guys on the line. So I was playing guard at 190, ended up getting second team all-conference guard at 190, which was pretty cool. But rugby gave me the opportunity to run the ball, make tackles. I got to lose the pads, which I always thought hindered me. Yeah, it was super exciting to actually get to be the athlete I always kind of knew I could be.
It's been
the headliners, both teams giving as good as they got, really. Capitalizing, and now they're going through Devin short. He's fast. Can he go to the left? Kian Barry coming in on him.
they're back up the middle, but nothing there. Good tackle by Devin Short.
Devin Short again with another great hit.
I started playing clarinet when I was 6th grade, and then I played all the way through high school. I was in the marching band, Wind Symphony. I've played at Hams Hall in Vegas. I've gone to festival at UNLV. Yeah, that was a big portion of my life as well for a while. That was another thing that helped kind of, I don't know, like stay organized, stay motivated. Even if I wanted to quit, I kind of had a conductor who wouldn't let me and kind of helped me stay in the fight. But yeah, I was a section leader for 2 years, my junior, senior year of high school. I haven't really touched it in a couple of years, but I kind of want to, living in New Orleans and all of the music culture and everything kind of makes me want to kind of pick it back up, and we'll see what happens. But yeah, it was a big portion of my life, and it was fun. Starting on the football team and then going out at halftime and marching and playing my clarinet kind of was a hallmark time for my high school career. I sometimes liked my bandmates more than I liked my actual football teammates. They're a lot more inclusive. They don't matter who you are, what you believe in, who you don't like. Everyone was still in the same band, and we all had one purpose, and it was to play good music and look good on the field. It's kind of the same with rugby a lot of the times, especially nowadays where we're integrating anybody, no matter who you are. If you buy into the culture and you go out there and you love the sport, you have family everywhere. You have family all over the world, because that's just the culture of rugby. That's what made me fall in love with it originally. After I ended up going to college, went to Adams State, I got injured. I separated my AC joint 3 days into camp, and then just kind of fell out of love with football. I wasn't really enjoying it up there, so I ended up dropping out of college and going back home, started working and was playing D2 club with the Las Vegas Irish. Played a season with them, got Rookie of the Year, MVP, and then I went on this show called The Next Olympic Hopeful.
Rugby are really busted onto the scene. Look at this step here, bang. He's got a lot of pace. He's fast for a flanker. He came onto the scene through the Olympic Hopeful program, was down at the Olympic Training Center, did a couple years with the San Diego Legion, really developed, and he is, I believe he won Forward of the Year.
It was based in Colorado, the Olympic Training Center. They selected four men, 4 women for different sports, and I ended up winning the show. I won a 4-month contract down in Chula Vista to train with the USA Sevens. Mike Friday saw that I was an athlete, I had potential, and ended up reaching out to Matt Hawkins and Rob Hoadley to get me an opportunity to play with San Diego Legion, year 1 in the MLR. Ended up going down for like a 2-week assessment. 2 weeks turned into 4 weeks, 4 weeks turned into 6 weeks, and then they finally offered me a contract just before the season started. Yeah, ended up playing 7 out of 8 games year one in the MLR at 19. Ended up going to play U20 All-Americans in Houston, and then now I'm 5 years later, got my 50th cap in the MLR for NOLA Gold. Yeah, it's pretty great. It's been a pretty crazy journey, you know. Ultimately, like in my off seasons, I coach. So I coach Tulane men's in New Orleans. I'll usually go home and see family for a bit, just because I do live across the country and I like to see my family for a little bit at least. But if I'm not seeing them, and if I'm not coaching, I like to just travel around, I'm trying to go see different national parks. Like last season, I drove from New Orleans to Vegas and then drove up to Yosemite, the Sounds Rainforest, went to the Redwoods, was, yeah, just camping out in my car, swimming in lakes, doing stuff like that, just trying to, you know, explore the country and just live my best life while I'm young. What helps me keep my life in balance is probably just trying to have compassion for myself for when things do get tough. Like not being too hard on myself. Just know that it's okay to sometimes not feel okay. You know, things do get overwhelming, you do get tired, you do get beat up from season. But just knowing that when you get there, just take a step back and, you know, take some time for yourself, you know, away from everyone, kind of take a step from rugby and try and get your mind off of it, because it does get overwhelming sometimes. So like, I'll go to the park, you know, hang out. I kind of started to get into some painting. The best way for me to stay motivated is usually just try and think of like what I've already been through and what my goals are, what I want to achieve in my career. Motivating others motivates me a lot of the time. I like to lead by example. Rugby has changed my entire life. Like all of the traveling I've done, a lot of the life experience I've gotten has all been through rugby. I've been a professional since I was 19. So I've had a lot of people impact my life, whether it's teammates, whether it's coaches, whether it's managers. You know, all of the traveling I've ever done, gotten to see the world, plan on seeing more of the world through it, you know. It's kind of given me a path to chase and given me goals to chase and gotten achievements, and you know, rugby kind of is my life. I love it.